Hello everyone, today I'm talking about Module 8 and we're going to get started on my research project. So I am a fine arts major and my aspirations are to become an art teacher. And how a creative way that I would implement really just color theory to children, because I will have to work through K through 12 first and then I can work my way up to get my master's to teach collegiate. But for K through 12, obviously they're younger children and they're adolescents. So one, their attention span may be a little bit shorter. And when it comes to children, you have to make things creative and interactive as possible, just so they can be able to really pick up what you put in there. And pretty much, I would just give I'm just going to give a little preview of what I would do, and then in my module 9 video I will go in more detail. But with that being said, I would teach my creative way to teach color theory to children. One, I would teach them about the important elements of art, because they're important to teach and it's important to start off with. And my goal is to give my students time to experiment with color theory and also to enjoy creative freedom. Because I remember being in art class and just continuously just doing what the teacher tells you to do. Obviously, that's what you're supposed to do in school, but sometimes it kind of gets boring because sometimes they're not really meeting the children where they're at. And that's why I'm absolutely glad that I am in my 20s wanting to be a teacher so I can meet the children where they're at to make school more fun and more enjoyable, especially in art class. So pretty much what I would teach the children is, one, the principles of art. I would get them familiar with the media that we're using. And then also just let them know that you can be sophisticated in any type of craftsmanship that you do choose for the color theory project that we are choosing from. And I also would let them know the basics of color theory in the color wheel, like the primary, secondary, tertiary, analogous, complementary, and monochromatic. I've personally, since we are in college, we have been learning elite or just advanced color theory skills. So I would wash it down a little bit just so they can be able to understand. And then my objectives are just pretty much in their final piece, just really echo like what they learned in the color wheel, and everything that I'm teaching them is displayed in their final project. And also I want them to include just really the primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. And I also would like to take my children out on a scavenger hunt around the school, like similar, because I really had a lot of fun doing the scavenger hunt around my aunt's house whenever I was over there, just to find things that matched up with the colors in the color wheel. I would do the same thing on the school campus, just to show them that color comes from nature. It comes from out in our environment, and everywhere you go you're always going to see color. And so if you understand like the color theory behind a lot of things, it can help you, one, maybe to find better outfits that you want to wear to school, or to figure out which colors that you want to put in your hair, or just whatever you want to do with color. If one of my students really are passionate about being artists, how can they be able just to make a successful painting that can attract the viewer to look really long at their picture so they can be able to understand what they're saying? So that's my objective. So tune in to Module 9 for further detail on how I would implement these lovely days.